Okay, good morning, esteemed fans, wherever you might be watching us from. Yes, we are live and direct once again here to discuss pertinent issues. Here with me is Mr. Felix. Good morning, Mr. Felix.
Morning, Mr. Chidoze.
Yes, according to experts, security experts, that Nigeria can't win the war using, of course, drones and tornadoes, jets, and all that. What is your take on that?
Well, actually, the security expert has spoken. It's the security challenge we have is an internal issue, and this internal issue will need to be solved by internal mechanism. It's not by war, it's not by jet, it's not by anything. The people that are fighting us are enemies within, not enemy outside. Like in the case of Israel and Gaza, they know their enemy, they know their aim, and they know their objective. And I want to say that by so doing, we are able to do what? We are able to, they'll be able to win the battle. And I want to say this that no matter how it is, the Nigeria, we know our problem, and we know we can solve our problem our own way, not by guns, not by anything. Ordinary, the vigilantes can win. The vigilantes can win the election. The vigilante can win the security this thing, and that's my own humble take and everything.
Okay, that it could be resolved within Nigeria by Nigerians.
Yes.
How and when?
No, very soon. If they put the local vigilante in place, we put the local vigilante in place and put other people in place, the whole thing will be sorted out and everything will be okay.
You said that it's local. Vigilante, do they make use of AK-47?
They have this dialogue. You know, an enemy cannot come from an outside without an inner information. Are you getting the picture? Without an inner information. I will tell you, if they put the vigilante, empower them. That's what they call the local police. Empower them. Give them the necessary information. The war of insecurity and this thing will be, it will die a natural death. What I just see in this security, this thing is that they are using it to embezzle Nigerian money. Some people are cashing out from it. They don't want this thing to come to an end. It's an internal issue. We know the problem. We know the people that are sponsoring it. We know the people that are in charge. That's my own humble take, sir.
Okay, some are catching out from the same problem.
Yes.
That is bedeviling, killing,
yes,
taking the lives of the same Nigerian city.
Yes, yes.
Who are they?
I don't know them, but the society in large know them.
By society, do you mean the public?
The so-called the politicians, the so-called the big people in the society, they know them. The security operative, they know them. They know them, but they are untouchable, because what happens is that there are some animals are higher than some others, and that is why they just keep quiet and they cannot execute the plan. That's my own humble take, sir.
Oh, finally, if the animals are higher than others, then it means you are not yet ready to build an egalitarian society where everybody will be respected and equal before the law. And as such, of course, it will continue to foster insecurity and imbalance in the system.
I would like to tell you that the very day we Nigerians start to do the right thing, we'll get the right result. I'm going to say the election we did is not election, it's selection. I've been saying it is selection. It is not election, it is selection. When we choose the person we want, the economy of Nigeria will fall back to place. We are not doing election, it's selection. What you are saying is that this is the society we have. There are people that say this is this person's turn. This is this person's turn. You go and sit down. You sit. That's why I'm telling you that there are some animals that are higher than some other animals. That's my humble take, and I want to say thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Do you care for this?
Okay, no worry.
Okay, thank you so much. I do appreciate your time.
Just me Pepsi.
Okay, if we can have it. Please, Let me know when he's around. Good morning, SM fans. You have said it, Nigeria has a problem, but this problem is within us. Some taking undue advantage of the nagging issues to enrich themselves and make themselves wealthy at the expense of the masses. It is quite sad that millions, of course, has been expended in the fight. I mean, billions of dollars has been expended in this fight, and people are not asking why is it that the war is still, of course, very fresh, and we have not done anything to remedy the situation. The first position, if you want to solve a problem, is to identify the problem and be able to underscore, you understudy the problem and be able to approach that same problem without bias, without sentiments. The problem across the west, the east, and the north, of course, spans across different ethnic alignments and imbalance in the system, which has been deliberately sustained over the years by the same political class who believe that, according to the last analysts, that they are above others, are more higher than other animals. And that is quite sad. Not until we begin to address this, that everyone has a right to existence, has the right to live, we may not get out of this quagmire anytime soon. Yes, on a special note, I want to appreciate God for sparing my life. Today marks my birthday, of course, anniversary, and I'm grateful to God for sparing my life all this length, of course, despite the pains and the challenges. His mercies has been there for me, and will continue to show up all through my life. If you don't mind, kindly wish me happy birthday. Chigos Ndibo is observing his birthday, and my shout out to everyone who may have, of course, text me or wish me birthdays. I say, may the good Lord bless you. Most especially, of course, of most recent is Mommy Joy here. Thank you so much for your gestures and your prayers and wishes. God bless you abundantly. Yes, you can have your one. Just get it here. Yes, I really appreciate. Please come and help me. Come and join me and celebrate. You can take Pepsis. Today is my birthday. In appreciation to God for His mercies and His favor in our lives. I thank God. Papa, that was here. Yes, I wish you could join us in this celebration, but you could also, of course, get yourself something to enjoy. It's Chigos Ndibo's birthday, and we are grateful to God. You know, survival in Nigeria is not easy. Because it's easy as the Yorubas might say, because it's a thing of gratitude to God, because millions have lost their lives, and millions has been mad. Millions have lost their jobs and sanity. Honestly, millions has lost their homes, but the Lord has kept my homes intact and my families, and of course, loved ones. For those who are bereaved, for those who have passed through some difficulties, may the Lord continue to encourage you and grant you the solace to bear such loss. And my people do say, Ozo Emela, just as we are saying today, that insecurity rocking the entire country cannot be solved by mere deception. There must be sincerity and political will on the part of the government, of course, to fight this. It's been recorded that some people are cashing out, taking undue advantage of this crisis to enrich themselves and the family. You can't imagine at the expense of the masses who are dying, much is it? Okay, and that is the situation we found ourselves here. It is quite sad and very unfortunate. Honestly, we cannot continue with this. Let me settle some bills in the spirit of excitement and celebration. You said how many? Five. How many? Six. That is okay. Thank you so much. We are continuing from this moment. Let's have Mr. Charles. Are you ready? Or you're still sipping some? Yes. Thank you so much, everyone here. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning, sir.
Insecurity cannot be solved by the use of fears, the use of Tucanos jet bombarding the masses of this country, and of course, that has been the submission of the security experts at this time. So, what is your take? Let's just have a very good.
Once again, happy birthday to the CEO, called Wells TV.
Well, I think you are trying to pull my legs. We're here just as commenters.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday. Yes, can you comment on the topical issues now? You can't win the war with guns and bombing, bomber jets. So that is what they are telling Nigerian government. They think by intimidation and suppression, they can win the war without addressing, of course, the critical issues surrounding this heightened insecurity.
Mr. Chigozie, there's always a saying that goes like this: that it is he who defeats. It's he who defeats by sense. It's not he who defeats by strength that is the strongest man, but he who defeats by using what? Sensitivity. It's all about guns. It's all about the best fighting jets in the whole world. You find out that the most.
Sorry, can we stay? Okay, thank you. We just swap ahead to get it right so that you have a very good balance.
I think the most important thing is he who defeats by sense. What we were really expecting, what the expectation of what we're expecting from the federal government is not using fighter jets to scare the Nigerians away. You don't use such thing to scare your citizens away. What you should have done is to, there's so many ways of lasting peace in different dimensions, like by dialogue. Firstly, what I'm calling amicable dialogue. These are ways in which the government should have brought in a lasting fighting insecurity in Nigeria. You see, sometimes you ask yourself, does these people really have the sense of having what I'm calling security expertise to even help them in terms of garnishing the effects of killing people? Because you killing somebody like a human being like you, and somebody that is mainly just a mere human being, if you cannot give life, do not have the right to take anyone. You were there, some people, a group of individuals were just celebrating, doing whatever they are doing as worshippers. At the end of the day, you went there and you bumped them and you said it was a mistake. They are yet to tell us what really happened, what actually happened. This is Nigeria.
Honestly, and how many mistakes has they committed in the last 4 years? Because there have been several bombing of allegations on the military for assaulting the civilians. Of course, and destroying their properties. And yet, nobody is speaking, not until you get to the northern hemisphere.
You see, any government, our brothers in diaspora can also bear us witness here. Any government that cannot take the lives and property of its citizens as one of the major number one priority, I don't think that government is worthy enough to be in power or to be in regime as a government. We are talking about government that should have taken the lives of its Nigerians, its property, its individuals as the number one thing that they should have put in place. But what are they doing? What they were doing is just to put an impact giving the people who God have deposited into your hands for you to rule.
Who are still part of Nigerian citizens or African people. You can imagine that, irrespective of whatever might be the interest or difference, the Bible said wisdom is defense. So what you cannot win with the barriers of God, of course, you can win it by applying wisdom. But unfortunately, is it that the Nigerian government is not aware of these realities?
My brother, they are aware of whatever they have. I once told you, I grew up in the north. I know their tricks. Kaduna happens to be in the whole Nigeria. Kaduna happens to be one of the states that has the highest number of military.
Yes, security formation.
I am telling
and
you,
yet,
I grew up in Kaduna.
Very insecure.
Are you getting me? I grew up there. So telling me that there has been a negligence or what I may call a mistake in the side of the Nigerian army, I don't think it's a welcome development. And yet to tell us what actually happened. Remember, we are living in a country whereby, thank you very much, God bless you. We are living in a country whereby whenever something happens, they will not tell you exactly what happened at the right time, but with time, they will have to voice out from the corner and actually tell this is what happened. So Nigerians, we are not happy. Insecurity is a problem we are having in Nigeria. Insecurity has been the major distractions we are having in this country. So these people should always do things, they should always do things right in such manner that Nigerians will be very, very much happy. But you are there, this is Nigeria, this is government, and you cannot fight insecurity and you are there. Look at what the vice president was saying, that the masses are against the members. I will not only tell you the masses, only the masses, even the gods of the land are not happy with the rulers of this country. Not only the masses. If you are talking about the masses, it means that you are trying to limit some factors towards the masses. Even the gods of Nigerians, the gods of the lands are not happy with the leader, the so-called people that call themselves leader. Look at Christmas is around the corner. What are the smiles? What smiles are you seeing in the lives of Nigerians? What effect are you seeing? But you tune on your radio, killings every day. This one is dead, they have killed this person, they have killed this person. Is that the kind of leadership we should be clamoring for? Is that the kind of leadership Nigerians have been paid, Nigerians have gone into pool in February election just to elect these people into that particular seat? But what they are there is just to destroy Nigeria, sharing our money as if we are nobody to them.
Honestly, and I think by now the Nigerian government and its security operative should have learned lesson that the use of fears or weaponry cannot win any war. The government should look away from that and begin to accept responsibility and realities of her failure in the first instance, because there are issues, nagging issues begging for attention, begging for answers, begging to be addressed. You can't sweep them under the carpet and believe there is unity. You can force the people or coerce the people into what they don't believe or what is no longer tenable, which needed to be reviewed. The existence and continuity of this country is a subject, of course, of negotiation, renegotiation. Not until that is done, we might not experience peace in this country. Your final note regarding this?
Well, my final note is that Nigerians should not relent. We should always put our hope and trust in God, because believing and trusting these people will not be the major factors in Nigeria here. But the most important is let's hope in God. Let's believe that it is only God that can change the course and the dimension of this country. Remember, it has happened not today. The holy book of the Bible we are worshiping, we believe today, we respect today. A lot of things has happened. When Pharaoh was suppressing the people of Israelites, you know what happened. So God have to use a lot of means, in other words, to allow the Israelites to leave the land of Egypt. So at the end of the day, what I will see, we saw a victory. So I believe that victory is ahead to every African Nigerian, even our brothers in diaspora. It's not easy to be in abroad. It's not actually easy. People people from home, different both friends, family, your wife, different people will be calling you, sourcing for help from you. It is not easy with them there. But what we are praying is that God should always give you what it takes to conquer your enemy. And who are the enemies? Those people that are in need of whatever they are. Those people that are actually in need of what you really have. God will not provide it for most of these are diaspora. It's not easy.
Thank you
But I
so
think
much.
that this government should always look into, but no problem. That's always God. God will always protect us. And I wish all our diaspora a happy and a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Mr. Charles. But the reality is that, Mr. Charles, the people of Israelites, even in Egypt, they stood up, of course, in defense of their rights when God asked them to do so. He had to send Moses as a deliverer, and of course, the people complied, which facilitated their deliverance. So every humanity must rise to the reality at this time and hold the government accountable. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. Good morning, Mr. Michael Awoni. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Mr. Uche Janet, thank you so much. I really appreciate. This is Mr. Andrew Ogunjimi, thank you. I appreciate. God bless you. Yes, we continue this discussion. Imagine the senators is behaving like a guy man. They said that they are going to donate their salary, basic allowance, 1 million naira to the victims of Kaduna massacre. To the victims of Kaduna massacre. You can imagine what is 1 million. Why they go home with average of 35 million. Average of 30 to 35 million, and you are donating basic salary, 1 million. Only their paper allowance, newspaper allowance covers 109 million. What is 109 million? That is Gaiman syndrome. We don't accept that. That is not the sacrifice we are asking them to pay. Yes, they don't need the 1 million. What is 1 million from each senators? Nigeria is in pain. Nigeria is in a very turbulent moment, and you cannot be chasing after shadows. I think you can gain the attentions of the gullible ones. It is quite sad. Yes, Nigerian government has been told, good morning, that they cannot win the insecurity war with blasting of the bombs to Kano jets with drones, and the reality is now starting at them. Your take on that?
I don't hear you clearly.
Experts, security experts said that Nigeria cannot win insecurity war with guns, with bullets, with bombs, with fighter jets. This reality is now down on the military, military architecture. Your take on that?
Yeah, Nigeria cannot win the war. That is the truth. Because when you are fighting, and you are still using your finger against yourself, you can't win the war. Well, Nigeria
fighting and still using your finger against yourself.
Yes.
How do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Thank you. 2015, when Jonathan wanted to be a president of Nigeria, I remember the word Muhammadu Buhari, the man said that we make Nigeria ungovernable because he lose the election. And all the whole cabals in Nigeria, all politicians, they support the word the man used, that we make Nigeria government ungovernable. They brought different terrorists in Nigeria. Ismaila, Boko Haram, Esme, Now different terrorists in Nigeria. Now, when those terrorists came to Nigeria, come to Nigeria, say how Nigeria is sweet, resources Nigeria have, my brother, you cannot expect those people to leave this country again. They need to settle them. And we are seeing we are fighting the insecurity. Who is those insecurity? They catch Boko Haram. He said, let I call them repented Boko Haram.
Repented Boko Haram.
My brother, how a terrorist man go be repentant and still use her for your own security? The thing makes sense. It didn't make any sense. For example, now, my name is Lawrence, I'm a terrorist. For example, somebody or Chigoze is in the seat and pick me, say that I'll be repented terrorist man. You give me position to secure government. It can't happen. I will use the opportunity to bring my men inside to lavish the government. Before Nigeria will fight insecurity in this country, they need to go and sit down and talk to themselves very well.
So what about the Eastern insecurity? What could have informed that? Some say that politicians and some argue that majority of the Easterners no longer desire to remain in Nigeria. They need to pull out from Nigeria, which is their right as protected by international laws.
Yes, I myself from that land, East. Before we know as East as a peaceful area, all the whole Nigeria. East still be number one peaceful area before. But when Nigeria government they are not interested for East, cheat East for everything by government, business, work, they always cheat East. Now, those people know that they are not among of Nigeria. They best thing to fight their own freedom. The way you fight your own freedom, you know that the government of the country will count as a terrorist.
So what do you want? What do you want freedom?
Why I need freedom? My brother, our people say nobody dey put sugar for your mouth wey go pour spit on the floor except they have diabetes. Nigeria is due and nothing is good.
No, yes, as a proponent of Biafran state, why do you need Biafra? Why do you need to leave Nigeria?
That's where I'm going to. Okay. Biafra, if Biafra comes today or tomorrow, we will see the good news, the good thing in the Biafra land. This suffering we are suffering in Nigeria will not see it again. We have job opportunity. Terrorists will go in the east. Why terrorists in the east? Because of you see a Biafra man finish school for how many years? We look for a job, we didn't see job. What the next thing we are doing? If you see an opportunity to this politician to pick you, to start to do one function or the other, I will join them. But when Biafra goes, you see that all those things, all those mess will stop. We will move freely, and they very unite with your government and the security.
Exactly. Let me just illustrate this point. You see, sometimes the government is the one fueling insecurity, because when you promote sectionalism, when you promote injustice, just for instance, the 2024 budget proposal was allocated, 80 billion was allocated to transportation, Ministry of Transportation, and out of that 80 billion, 40.3 billion naira was for the rehabilitation and construction of roads. rest.
Yeah.
But none of the eastern states was captured in that rape project. The same thing happened during Buhari time. This is Nigeria, a whole region of the country. Among the six geopolitical zones, you skim out a particular region. No presence of federal government is being recorded. Imagine as 40 point something billion rape projects. The eastern region was not captured. The southeast wasn't captured. So you are now encouraging them, telling them to their face they can go to hell, that you don't care about them. It's the insensitivity on the part of the government fuels, of course, this unrest, because you can't be fair to all, and some people will feel aggrieved. So that is one of the reasons. I hope the government, if they are listening, if they even have the political way to address such, but we have not seen such. So, and insecurity cannot be won with the use of barrels of bombs, because the more you use it, the more you harden the hearts of the people. The more the people begin to understand that truly you are not for them and you can never be for them. It's better they resolve it by fears or by any other means. They will prepare, you make them more ready, battle ready, and more desperate for what the quest they are pursuing. Your final take on that?
Yeah. What is
How do you feel now, just as what I've said, that in the past administration or dispensation, this eastern region has been sidelined?
It's not only those one, the beginning of Nigeria. It's not only those few years ago.
Recent.
The time of Obasanjo is the same thing. The time of Babangida is the same thing. That is the best thing for those people to do what? To leave to Nigeria, to stay their own.
It is quite sad, honestly. What are your expectations with respect to the 15th of January court case?
15th of December.
Of December court case of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Do you have any high hopes?
I pray to Nigeria to do the right thing. They didn't do the right thing. Then Nigeria remember the First World War. So one person started First World War. And if Nigeria didn't do the right thing, maybe another crash. The one who end Nigeria will come. If Nigeria didn't take time, and if the thing starts, I didn't believe that Nigeria can stand it, because many world, many countries will turn their back against Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your submissions. I really appreciate you. And having made my findings and in conformity with the position of the appellate court, which discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 13th of October 2022 and ordered his unconditional release. I think that is just what the supposed average Biafrans are calling for. Comply to your own rules. Comply to your own court orders. These are not American court orders. These are not European court orders. These are Nigerian court orders given by an appellate court within Nigerian legal jurisprudence that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been seen or certified to be innocent of whatever allegation that was levied against him, and as such should be released unconditionally. And still the executive are saying they will look into what? These laws were established by Nigerian laws or acts. So I don't see any reasons why a government should be living double standard lives. And that will create more problems or worsen the already existing ones. So the masses are calling the government to be alive to her responsibilities at least once. These are Nigerian laws. You drag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to your own court, and the same court you drag him to have established the final judgment regarding the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that your allegations was not, you are not able to argue your allegations substantively beyond reasonable doubt, and as such you have nothing, of course, to hold against the same man you renditions from Kenya. Your Nigerian court, not Ghana court, gave the verdict. So I don't see reason why Nigerian government cannot comply to her own court rulings regarding this particular case. And any defiance or violation to that is a flagrant violation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights and an affront, an abuse to the legal system. Yes, in Nigeria, the court can't give rules and you trample of them, you start on them, and you still believe that that is rule of law. We have Mr. Lazarus. You are welcome this morning. Let's just have your take, of course, regarding these topical issues before we begin to, of course, take the exit door. Good morning, Mr. Lazarus.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Yes, Nigeria can't win the war.
Nigeria can never win the war.
Using fighter jets.
Because, number one, they have made a mistake by using fighter jets. Because they don't know where the problem is. Problem where you don't know where it started. You can never know how to stop the problem. And even they know the beginning, they will know the end.
You mean they don't know where it started? Or
yes.
Possibly along the line decided to live in denial of the realities?
From the beginning, they don't know where the problem started. Because if they want to find the way where the problem started, of which within themselves, they know the truth. And they don't want to open up. They don't want the masses to know where the problem started. All the whole leaders, they know about Boko Haram. Because when they want up, they will say, they use it to make a word that if you do me this thing, I will expose.
That's Boko Haram issue from the north hemisphere.
When they say they will expose, by then the government will carry them in, carry them along. They will close their mouth to give them money. So that is how Boko Haram come to be existing in Northerners. Because of other regions do not accept them. That's why they never see it. And this Boko Haram issue have come. They don't want to solve it. If they want to solve the problem, they know the person who found Boko Haram. They are supposed to, first of all, get the person arrested. If they get the person arrested, they will get other leaders. Okay, let me tell you, is it not about 2 months ago, they say there is some Boko Harams in the prison that they want to join them. They don't mention any name. They will say so they will carry them to court. No way. The other day they say they are in prison now. Is it how to treat something? That is not the way. Because you catch somebody as a thief or as a killer, you have to let the masses know the person. This one where they kill, they don't kill any Boko Haram there. It's an innocent soul. That first bomb, they say it's a mistake. Second one is a mistake. Twice, my brother, is not a mistake. They unknowingly do it. Because what makes them to do it? They are the ones who have knife and gun. Whatever thing they did is right. Is this country that the police will kill somebody? They will say, as the decide, they will leave the police. To kill somebody is nothing. It's not anything in this country. They don't value any human being. Rather, they value dogs. See such an amount of money where they are spending for dogs. every day. Then that shows that the dog is more valuable than human being. They do not value human being. And because of that, they are killing human being to reduce the population of poor people. Because when they reduce, they say it's overpopulation that causes poverty in this country. It's overpopulation that makes them, our wealth is not satisfied enough. Let them continue to be killing individuals, because we thought that their security, their secure life and property, but they are no more secure life and property. Rather, they are reducing the life and property.
What about the eastern unrest, insecurity?
Eastern security.
Eastern security, the southeast
Security.
has been insecure for quite some years now.
Yes, they are doing well, because what makes us forget our own security is because of Nigeria is not serious for their own security. You cannot be seeing this person say he die now, they kill him now, you will be looking until when they come and kill you. So that is why we prepare ourselves not to fall a victim of death, unnecessary death, as they are killing them for naught. Even here we are now as a rubber land, they have what is called Omotego, that is protecting the land of Oduduwa Republic. For our own, we have our own protecting us because of Boko Haram issue. So instead of you to go carry soldier or police, come your community or your street, they will start killing your people, messing up your area. You better form a group of people that can guide, fear the culture of the land. That is why some people form it.
So why are people running away from their homes, their communities in the east? Imo State, Abia State, and Enugu State. We are now having IDP camps. Why? Why should that be in the first instance?
Well, thank you, my
It has
brother.
never been in the history of the Igbo, the eastern region.
Yes, some people that is running helter-skelter, is many of them are saboteurs. Some is those people that committed a taboo. That is why they are running helter-skelter.
No, some families are living. It's not because
the way where they are killing them,
who is killing them?
police and soldiers, if they see any youth, they will say this is a IPOP, this is a instant security network. They will just kill that person unknowingly, give it one name. If they don't call it IPOP, they call it instant security network.
Thank you so much for your wonderful submissions. We want to wrap it up. And I remember the statement of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that a day will come, the people you kill, their loved ones, their mothers and their fathers and their brothers, will one day rise, of course, in revenge. And that is why, of course, the so-called unknown gunmen are now springing up, and some, of course, hooligans are taking undue advantage of those circumstances to also unleash mayhem to innocent indigents. But the government has been reminded again that no war can be won against insecurity by use of fears or coerce. You must live to the realities. You must confront the realities irrespective of whose order is God. You must be able to tell yourself the truth, just like respecting the rule of law. Because if you are to be any other person, nobody will be happy that his own person is detained or illegally detained after a rigorous court process which discharged him and acquitted him. Nobody will feel happy. So if you think that people will be happy with that positions, I think you are living in denial. Most sections of this country will be happy to see their illustrious son, who has been vindicated by your own court, appellate court, discharged and acquitted. And the government was asked to compensate him and unconditionally release him. And you are still holding the same person for whatever reason. Any responsible government must comply to the rules of the law and respect, of course, court orders. And to this end, we enjoin the government to do the needful. instead of throwing the entire society agog again. We cannot want to experience such unrest again. So if that will be, of course, prompted by the government recklessness and insensitivity, then they should be held responsible for whatever happens to any individual within this Nigerian system. Wishing you all the best once again. Thank you so much for those who wish me happy birthday. I appreciate you. Wishing you all the best of the seasons of the Unitides. Remain blessed until we come your way in subsequent edition. Bye for now.